And hello everyone, let's just make sure that you're in, you're on, you're in, hello.
Hello, good evening.
We're just recording now, so tonight's really about opportunities, and there is opportunities out there, some good opportunities. But opportunities need to come with products that work, opportunities need to come with the vibe of the tribe, the people that you work with. So we're going to do it, there's a mixed series of things that we're going to do, because if you are looking, especially majority of the time now, we're coming into the season when people start thinking about side gigs, side hustles, and that's
Christmas is coming up.
And then we think about after Christmas, especially the busiest time is leading up to Christmas, in January, February, March, April, May, because people are fed up, they want to move their jobs, all kinds of things, and finances and everything else. So let's start off with probably one of the opportunities that we're in. We're directors in the Zinzino business. We've been in with Zinzino for 5.5 years now, going on 6 years. We love it. We're off to Oslo next week. We've got a conference over in Oslo. But we want to just talk about two of our main key products and what they do. And this lady here,
I've just been told.
Yeah, she's going to just run through a little bit about the benefits of our products.
So not obviously at all. We deal in preventative health, but by the time you've gone to the hospital or a doctor's, if you can get a doctor's appointment when you need it, there's already an ailment, there's already an issue that you have. But what would life be like if you didn't need to go and see a doctor ever, because you're looking at yourself preventively? You don't want to get any illness. So that's basically what we deal in. It is test-based. So our queen, I say queen, maybe the Viva's queen, but this...
The king. He's the base. He's the base.
I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that. This is a bottle of oil. Why? What's so exciting about a bottle of oil? This is balance oil. So if we're looking at our health, we are made up of trillions of cells. That's how we are constructed. And if those cells are not working properly, that's when you're going to get some illness, disease, cognitive, heart, anything. All starts with your cells. And what you want your cells to be, imagine, I wish I had them now, a bunch of grapes. In your mind, think of a bunch of grapes. This is what you want your cell to be. Nice, fat, round, you can pierce it, stuff, the juice can come out, you can get stuff in. When you're out of balance...
We'll fancy a grape now.
Oh, I know.
You
don't want to be a prune, a currant, a raisin, because that is hard, right? So that's hard, you can't get any goodness in, and even worse, you can't get any goodness out. So you are holding on to toxins.
Waste out.
Waste, toxins. This is where the balance oil comes in. But first, we like to give you a test. So we look at your essential fatty acids really quick. And I don't want to bore you, but there are two that we need essential. We don't make them. We get them from our food. But the way we now produce our food in factories, not less on the farm. So it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Processed.
Yes.
So the processed food is causing our omega-6 to send out flames. Now those flames is inflammation. Our body needs to have inflammation for when we get ill, when we cut ourselves, it needs to get inflamed to repair. But if you've got a constant furnace burning like this all the time, you need something to douse it. Sorry, I need something visual. Visual flame. You need something to douse it. You need something to come over and calm it down. That is your omega-3. Now, you want your body to go, oh, I've cut myself and hurt myself, get the flame out, and then the omega-3 to come in and just balance it up, and you go along your way. What happens is that flame is silently burning all the time. Your numbers are getting higher, and the omega-3 is you're not getting enough from your food to douse the flame. This is what the balance oil does. The balance oil brings your ratio into balance so your body can work optimally. Now, what I found out recently, so I take about 5 products for an all-round health. I look after my immune, I look after my heart, and did you know heart failure, heart disease is the biggest killer of women? Balance oil. So I take xenobiotic because everyone's now is the gut and the vagus nerve and the gut and brain relation is becoming more and more understandable and more known. So if you take the xenobiotic, it makes this 43% more powerful. So doesn't it just make sense to look after your cells and your gut at the same time? Now, yes, we have immune, we have the Spa for the Mind, the Viva that I've talked to you about, that just completely turned me around. We've got our supplements, but if you were ever to start on one thing, the oil, because what's the point of putting anything inside your bodies if nothing's getting absorbed or it's not fully getting absorbed. So the oil has to be your number one, followed by your gut. And the most are we allowed to say about test? Not yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. It's out.
Is it out? Perfect. So how do you know this is working? Because Holland and Barrett sell an awful lot of omegas. But how do you know it's working? You know it's working because we have a test. We test you at the beginning, because if you're not inflamed, if you're one of these superstars, like this 5% of the population that don't need it, amazing. 2%. Is it 2%? Then we'll refund your money back guarantee. If you are inflamed, then this is your solution. The next really exciting bit, and I think it's going to blow us off the chart, is how do you know this is working? How do you know the effect this is having on your body?
About it.
The rumours are that there will be a test. The first dry blood spot microbiome gut test in the world. Is it the first one?
No, we're first from a dry blood spot, because most of it's done by a stool or wet blood. So, and we've been trialing that since we started.
You do that at home and you put it in the post, and then you get your results. You get pages of results, so then you can work out and work with someone to look at your overall health. I think it's really exciting.
I think it's fantastic. When we talk about, we use a lot of terms in different businesses. This will be the game changer. This is the game changer. But really, it is the game changer, because, we spend a lot of time guessing what's right for us and what could be the right nutrition and everything else. We guess at that until sometimes I feel good. I'm not asking how you feel. Is it really good? Is it really good in where your body is? Doesn't mean you're still not going to get ill or whatever, but what it's going to mean is if you're in fighting condition, that your blood cells are in the perfect condition perfect for you, you're still going to move a bit, you're still going to have water, you're still going to do your strength work and everything else. But if you can have a fighting chance, let's start from the basics. And the basics are the most important numbers is your omega-3 index numbers.
I think our biggest mission is just put goodness in.
Yeah.
Just put goodness in. Especially for cognitive, heart and cognitive. So there's many people that I would like to take that.
Yeah, so by all means, shout out to us, those who know us, those who are local in the Plymouth area. We've got a little deal that we do on tests. When we'll test you, we'll do a little deal on that. There's things that we can do on that as well. But it's important that you know, because when you know, you know. When you don't know, you don't know. Because most of the times when we don't know, we find it offers mumbo jumbo. But it's getting more proven that by testing your things and your food that you're having, the more chances you can have to put the little bits that are wrong right, and you'll feel better. And it's not about just feeling better in my head. I'm feeling better in my body, my toe, and everything else. For me, when I started using these products a few years ago, it was my blood pressure. And everyone, it was me. I always tell I can remember telling my doctor this. I told my doctor, and I said, I've got high blood pressure because I'm black. She started laughing. And she goes, pardon me, Fitz. Nothing to do with your race. It's to do with your lifestyle. Change it. So it wasn't mega high. I think I can remember it's 167 over 98. But it's high for my age at the time. But now I'm hovering. Sometimes it goes a little bit too low for me, and I can feel a little bit dizzy. So the last time it was 119 over 79. Now the only one who I know does like that is Zoe, because she's a coach.
Yeah. Naturally low.
Naturally low. So when you're coming into any market, when you're looking at any side gigs, it's really about understanding the products and understanding where they are, because if they don't mean anything to you, it's it for you. Do
you have a passion for health? Do you have a passion for helping others? Do you have a passion for getting every woman to look after their family? And you have to have a passion. Or are you just interested in Instagram and lipstick and Facebook? Because if that is your vibe, then there are some amazing companies that you can party with.
Exactly.
We align ourselves with health.
Yeah. So
simple.
You saw me do a video yesterday. I put a little video about my 7 honest reasons why network marketing is in growth. So I'm going to split this one to suit it's day 2, and we're talking about the rise of the side hustle. And you've heard me say this a number of times. Now this comes from the HMRC, and the HMRC have put out, and it was, I think the last one was 2024, end of 2023, end of 2024. Can't remember what year it was. They mentioned that 37.9%, 39% I think it was, of the working population have a side hustle or a side gig or secondary income, in other words. So we can break that down and ask the questions why. However, what poo-pooed that statistic was the people who can see it a bit better, and that's a recruitment agency and a bank. They both did a survey. It was a 3 or 4 year survey, and they said it's roughly around 51% that do have a secondary income, whether that be a side hustle or whatever. So there is a rise, and one of the reasons why I say it was a rise, because we are being squeezed into, we are being squeezed in how we live. I mean, if you go back to the 40s and the 50s, it was the mum stayed at home or one of the parents was at home. You know, when you think, you know, a guy you got to follow is Gary Stevens. Is a young economist. He's absolutely fantastic on his figures. He was a stockbroker in London many years ago. He's only young. Just listen to some of this stuff he says, and it's spot on. And when you think back in the 50s and 60s, and probably the 70s and even the 80s, when you retired, leading up to retirement, you've bought your house, your kids are going through to college, and you'll have enough money to retire on. Now, unless you're on that top 10-15% of people, probably more, top 10% of income earners, that's 70-80 grand plus, and you're putting away for your pension and you've got double pension, you're going to have a good life. You're going to have a good pension, a good retirement, yes, if you want to retire.
If you have a pension.
If you have a pension, that's another stat I've looked, and once you see about the pensions that people have not got.
So I guess you could say residual income is the new style of pension.
Well, you see, because I think personally, because of what's changing, for me, and what's changed. Oh, just a minute. I think someone just texted me. What's changing is. Just a moment. No, yeah. So what's changing? Sorry. Getting sidetracked. I thought someone was texting. Yeah. So what's changing is the way we do money, the way we earn our money. Now, if you was to, I think this is before Christmas. I don't know what it is like now, but just before Christmas, there was shy of 1 million job vacancies in the UK. Although the big discrepancy was the top stuff that was going where it was cybersecurity, anything to do with AI, it was just booming up there because it needed more people into the business. And then the lower end, which the classes we operate in, is caterers. At the time, I think there was 188,000 job vacancies in catering, hospitality. Nobody wants to go in it anymore. And the kids are smart. They understand social media. They understand your Instagrams and everything else. So they're getting paid to go in there and sell products and everything else. And they're making a good living out of it. So the way we make money is completely changed. So when it comes down to side hustles and side gigs, and if you're one of them people who are looking out for one, in the comments on this link, you're going to get a little link to go into a little manual that we put together when you're searching. Jump on there, have a look at it, and see if it's something for yourself. But listen, when you're looking for a side hustle, when you're looking where you want to put it, and if you're coming into network marketing, there's some fundamental do's and don'ts and research, and that sometimes it is who you're going with, and it's
very much who you're with.
Yeah, it's true. And the other one is don't believe the hype. You know, all the woo-hoos and the ha-has and he-he's. You know, if you're looking for a get-rich scheme, you're going to be
happen.
Yeah, and you're going to be scammed because you're vulnerable, and they're out there. I mean, I watched there's like a 20-minute quick documentary of this lad who managed to infiltrate a call center that was all scam about your computer and whatever, that there's something wrong with your computer and all that kind of stuff, and then they put a block in it on that. It was a pure scam for you to buy their so-called services that wasn't there. And they were making thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds.
It's so easy to get scammed. I've been scammed twice in the last year for thousands. Over time.
Yeah.
Thousands.
We know that.
So easy to get scammed. So do your due diligence. Due diligence. His favourite words. Do your due diligence. The book that Fitz has put together is really
it's long.
Our journey.
Yeah.
Fitz has been in this industry for 10 years, so it's the journey that Fitz has been through. We've been through together, the pitfalls, the things to look out for. It's just like having a little agony on your shoulder, going, "Oh, you want to look at that? Okay, so look at left and right first, and then go on."
But it's more about asking questions. It's more about shaping out and asking questions, because we're learning stuff now in our traditional business that really we should have put in practice when we first started. But it's a learning curve, you know.
Every day's a learning curve.
Our business is up and down like a, I can't say that, up and down like a yo-yo, you know. So what we've got to understand when we're looking at, this is our get-out clause. Network marketing, our business, working alongside Zinzino and our amazing team and our amazing partner, this is my get-out clause. I come alive when I'm helping people. You should have seen the calls I had today. Fantastic calls today, really good calls. And Zoe's she's championing the side of women now, and we connected to a stunning young lady called, I can't remember her name. I'm going to say Hazel. If you're watching,
hi Hazel.
We love you. So things are happening out there. So please, if you're looking, grab hold of that link and that book as well, what I've got down to there. There's a small fee, but grab onto that. But it's a lot. There's about 40 odd pages of it, but it's going on book form. There's a few videos that we've done, and it's really about asking questions and what to look for. And the major thing that we concentrate on is relationships. Yeah. Because the company that we're in now, I wish we'd found with the right people a while ago, but it wasn't meant to be then. Because the company that we're in now, and the people that are part of our circle and looking after us and making sure that we do things right, you know, they're just wonderful, and they're doing it for us.
Age as well. Do you not think that we are of that age where looking at your health is more important? It's more of a priority where when you're in your 20s and 30s, and yes, there are 20s and 30s out there that are really into the health, but I think you look at it more as you get older. So maybe we wouldn't have taken it as seriously. Who knows? I don't know. But you know, everything happens for a reason. Timing happens, and it's your God-given right to succeed. So go out there and find something to succeed at. It's your God-given right.
Guys, we're going to do a little video for tomorrow regarding going back to the seven reasons why I think, honest reasons why I think network marketing it's even though it's over 100 years old, it's in its format that it is for around 60 years, it's about 50 years it's been in its existing format, a few tweaks here and there, but it's an industry that's very heavily regulated. Because I'm going to say it, there's a lot of scam buggers out there. They just want your money. You're just a number for them. So find your tribe, find your home first. And you may have to do what we did. We kissed a few frogs in this industry until we found the product that matches our ethos, that it works, it's scientifically backed, it's got proof, and the team. If you can get that as a marriage in your first go, you're great. You've done it.
I'm on my third marriage, you know, so you can't get it right first time. This one's to last, though.
But listen, have a pleasant, tremendous evening, and we'll see you.
I don't know.
Well, we were going to do one tomorrow, so be aware we might be on tomorrow. But if not, it'll be Mondays, because we'll try to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But
then we might do a sneaky one live from Oslo.
Yeah. Oh yes, we'll do a sneaky one from Oslo. But we'll see what this is just before we shoot. What we've trying to do is that there was a great post on LinkedIn, and I right to it, and it was to do with when being busy all the time and doing the things all the time and doing your business and everything else, you forget about us time. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to corner Wednesdays is down tools. Go and get your feet in the sea or whatever. If we try.
Elworth Cove is lovely.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday.
Hint, Shan, Dave. Hint. So listen, guys, keep an eye out for what we're talking about, and if there's anything that resonates with you, we're human. Reach out. Yeah. Let's have a chat. 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 2-to-3, whatever it is. We'll have a good chat. In the interim, God bless, and here's to a fantastic evening.
See you soon.